Hey, it's me, Vicki Marie. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. And I'm just making a very quick video this morning just to remind ourselves that this boy is still missing. Jack O'Sullivan. Still missing, and I was drawn by this post by his mum. She's released a new a new photo of him. This photo looks like he's enjoying a jug of sangria in happier times. This mother, Catherine, my heart just goes out to her. Anyway, she's released a few posts, but I think this post in particular. This is Jack, my beautiful son, Jack. Where is my boy now? 1 minute he's here, there, and in a blink of an eye he's gone. Last seen in Hotwells, Bristol, on the 2nd of March, 2024 at 3:39 a.m. Nobody knows where he is. If you can help us, please come forward and let someone know. Please help us find Jack. Share with the world. Jack is out there and we need to find him. Our terrible story has sadly not received the attention of other missing people. All missing people should have a voice. Any information you have can be shared at findjack23@gmail.com. So a completely heartfelt, heartbreaking post from a mother, and having a young son myself, a young adult son myself. I think you feel it even more, don't you? We all know how that feels when, if you've got children and then they become teenagers, then they become young adults and they're living their life, and so they should. But you lose complete control over them. They go out, they get drunk, they get into scrapes or get into fights or have accidents. This is what young people do, and we have to let them go and make their mistakes. But then what happens one day? Your adult child doesn't come home, disappears off the face of the earth, literally. It's unimaginable. So this is Catherine, Jack's mum. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sharing this because she wants her son to be found. If you know anything, I mean, it may even be, if you're from that area, you may have, just seen a tiny little thing, found something, I don't know, heard something, it could be the smallest thing that you don't think is important. Catherine will want to know about it. She'll want to investigate it. She's been doing a lot of investigations herself, because the police now are hardly communicating. I want to have a look at just remind you of the website. Of the things that are being looked for. His belongings. Nothing's been found, has it? Nothing. Find Jack. Have you seen Jack O'Sullivan? So he was 22 when he disappeared. Since then he's become 23. 5'10", slim, brown, short hair, blue eyes. Missing since March this year. A long time. This mother and the rest of the family, they're going through torment. There's a £20,000 reward for information leading to discovering Jack. What happened to Jack? Christmas is coming up. In a month from now, we'll be really building up to Christmas. Imagine what their Christmas is going to be like. This will be the first Christmas without Jack. So let's just remember what happened. It's been 100 days since 23-year-old Jack O'Sullivan went missing on March the 2nd, 2024, following a night out in Hotwells, Bristol. So he attempted to get a taxi home. Let me just put, if I got a picture of him to put up as a logo. I'm sure I've got pictures somewhere. There he is. Oh, it won't let me. Hang on. I'm only allowed to upload so many logos. There you go. So, Catherine is pleading, but I'm pleading because, as I say, you may think, if you live in that area, just cast your mind back. Did you find something on the floor? Did you see something as you were walking that may have been one of Jack's possessions? Anyway, he attempted to get a taxi home. He was last seen on CCTV on the morning of March the 2nd at approximately 3:40 a.m, walking up the Bennett Way slip road heading back towards Hotwells. His phone was still active and placed him at an address at 540 in the Granby Hill area, and his phone continued to be live on the network until 6:44, but nothing has been seen or heard of him since the early hours. So these are the important things. I think these are the things that people might have seen somewhere. Now, Jack, whatever happened to Jack, he may still have these things. He may still be wearing them. He may have come to foul play. He may have fallen in the water. There's a lot of different things that may have happened to Jack, but this family need to know, for better or worse, where is he? Because he is somewhere. And it may be that, something unfortunate has befallen him. It doesn't, obviously, the longer time goes on, I'm sure Catherine is aware that the longer time goes on, and Jack not contacting her, it doesn't look good, but it's still possibility. But the things, look, these shoes, distinctive shoes, brown Ralph Lauren trainers, a Barber jacket, a cream knit lamb's wool jumper. These are distinctive. These are the things he had on him. An iPhone, a black iPhone, but in a red case, an AirTag in a brown case, his driving license, a black card holder, his key fob for his car, a Monzo debit card, the house key, his watch, an Emporio Armani watch. Now, theft, he had a lot of designer stuff with him. He had his iPhone. Was he mugged? Was he robbed? Are all these items still with him? Where are they? Why are they not turning up? None of these items have been found. So, just this poor woman, she must be driving herself mad, wondering about what happens to him. So these are the bits of CCTV. A lot of Catherine had to go and find a lot of this herself. The police missed things. There's so many missing people in the world, and in Bristol there's probably loads, never mind in the UK as a whole. The thing is, as a family, if your loved one goes missing, really you do have to take control, because the police will have an initial flurry of activity, I suppose, but as time goes on, other missing people come up, other issues come up. Policing is so stretched. It is up to the family. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be, but it is up to the family to keep these cases alive, because, with the best will in the world, there are so many missing people and other crimes, of course, going on. You know, the police are dealing with so much on very stretched resources. If the family don't take charge, then unfortunately these people get sort of lost in the system, don't they? You know, it's just heartbreaking. And Catherine is keeping this case in the public eye, and not only Catherine, the Facebook page and, you know, media, mainstream media even has reported on it, but they won't keep reporting on it. You know, you almost have to keep pushing it. God, you know, it reminds me a bit of the Riley Strain case. If you, as a parent, if you're watching these CCTV, you know, last sightings, you just want to reach into that photo, grab Jack and say, no, don't go that way, or let me know where you are. He was there then. So at 2:53, 3:39, 3:25, pictures of him. Yeah, alive and well, walking down the street. So what happened after that? So 3:39 is the last CCTV image of him that we know of. Though she's, you know, Catherine is not confident that the CCTV images have been sort of looked at properly. But that's, you know, that this is where we are. Where is he? You know, you can see him as clear as day on some of these CCTV things. Where is he now? Did he fall in the water? I mean, it's, you know, there's a lot of water. We can see there's a lot of water around. This is where he was last seen. It's possible that he fell in the water. It's possible that he came to foul play. But it's also possible that he was taken away somewhere and he could be out of the Bristol area now. You know, and he could be alive and well somewhere and, you know, not contacting his mum for whatever reason. So we have, you know, all scenarios are possible, aren't they, at the moment? So, you know, poor Catherine, especially coming up to Christmas, I hope to God this family, they get some answers before Christmas. You know, not that their Christmas is going to be good, you know, if the answer is that, you know, something bad has befallen Jack, but at least some answers. They don't know if they're supposed to be grieving in the sense of grieving the loss of Jack and that he's not on this planet anymore, or are they supposed to be worrying about where he is and what's happening to him, you know, presuming that maybe he's been held somewhere against his will. You know, they don't know what they're supposed to be grieving, do they? Because they don't know the answers. So they can't deal with it because, you know, even when you find that somebody is sadly deceased, at least then you know what you're dealing with. But to not even know if you're supposed to be grieving a permanent loss of someone or a temporary loss, or worrying about what they're going through, you know, although you don't even know, how can you deal with your grief when you don't even know yet exactly what your grief is? Well, you know that your son is missing, but you don't know where to go with that, you know? You don't know where to go with it because you don't know the reason for why he's missing. Just the most unbearable situation that I can imagine, to be honest. So my heart just goes out to Catherine. Let us pray. I do pray every day for Jack, and not only Jack, other missing people. Now, I don't know if it's the way that Jack walks, but he looked to me like he was walking very unsteadily. You know, is he drunk, or because he'd fallen apparently, and did he have a concussion? Or maybe that's the way he always walks. People have distinctive walks, don't they? Anyway, there's other ways you can help. You can download posters if you live around that area, or do you know what? Anywhere you live in the UK, he could be anywhere by now. So, you know, if you want to download posters or flyers, leave them around your area. You know, so as Catherine was saying, just share Jack's story. Until Jack is found, we must keep his story in the public eye. So you can donate to the GoFundMe page. Oh, look, they've raised £40,000, and that all goes towards. She pays for a private investigator, I think, to help out. There's the reward, of course, the £20,000 reward that's offered for information, you know, posters, etc. So the reward target has now been reached. However, the campaign has been kept open. Any money subsequently donated will now be used to help publicise the reward and contribute to any costs associated in the search for Jack. Anything not used will be donated to missingpeople.org.uk at such a time that it's felt appropriate or offered back to donors. Yeah, because they don't know yet, do they, what's going to happen? And, you know, unfortunately, they have to face the fact that maybe, you know, that they need to pay for a funeral at some point for Jack, because, you know, when someone's so young as that, you don't normally have a funeral plan in place. And I'd like to say I hope it doesn't come to that, but surely that's preferable to not knowing ever what happened to Jack. You just imagine these months stretching into years. Just must be the most awful feeling for people, for family and loved ones. So Jack, where is he? Where is he? Bless him. Oh, look, there's frequently asked question. That's interesting because, yeah, of course, people always ask the same questions, you know, so I think they're trying to cover all this. So, yeah, they have employed a specialist firm to advance the search for Jack. You can download the posters. There were sniffer dogs involved. Dogs were used on the water, but we're unsure if they're used on land. And we have since been denied to use sniffer dogs privately by the police. Strange, isn't it? Have derelict buildings been searched? Yep, derelict areas that were accessible were checked. It's not clear if or where the police searched. Oh, frustratingly, the police failed or forgot to report Jack to the missing persons register initially, but he has now appeared on their Facebook page. Do you have a PR expert? We are hoping to have someone join us very soon. They have the phone data now, don't they? Now, there was a post put by one of the administrators of the group that there was a lot going on behind the scenes. Has his debit card been used? No. Oh, have places like cash converters, pawn shops, Vinted and eBay been contacted? Some of them have, yes, but anyone offering to do any more would be great. Have the Harbour Authority been contacted? Yeah. The clean air zone has been asked for this. Have the owners of the cars entering the clean air zone over this period been contacted? The clear air zone have been asked for this information. Has his AirTag been located? No, it wasn't registered correctly. Avon and Somerset Police are dealing with this. They're trying to speak to the bus companies. Jack's Uber accounts hadn't been used. Searches being planned of Flax, Burton. You know, I don't know the area. I don't know Bristol, but there'll be some of you out there that do know that area. Has the mobile phone company been contacted? Yes, the data has been seen. They're not going into any details, though. Oh, see the map for where's been searched. please see this map. It's not coming up. It's not coming up, unfortunately. Did cameras pick up the number plates? Please see them. Take me to the map. The map's not working, or maybe can't seem to get onto the map. Let's see if we can get up here. Oh, so of course recently there were some human remains found in Bristol, but there's been nothing's been released as to whether they were him or weren't him, which is quite odd. Anyway, unfortunately, that is where we are. Let's put a candle up. So, if you're not actually near the area and you can't help in that particular way, you can always help at least by praying for Jack, and that hopefully this family gets some answers soon, lighting a candle for him. I mean, positive thoughts, love, etc. You know, they can help. They do help. I'm sure Catherine and the family are taking comfort from at least the fact that people care about, care about what happens and that Jack should be found. I'm trying to put that picture up big of him. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Every day that goes by, hopefully, by Christmas, please God, I hope that they've got some answers by then. There he is with his sangria. Don't know if that was in Spain. Looks like it might be in Spain, that photo, because just looking at the waiter behind and the doors and that looks like Spanish type decor, but I could be completely wrong. It's probably in Bristol. But yeah, happier times. And at the moment, this is all that Catherine's got, and the rest of the family, they've only got their memories. Let's hope that sooner or later they can make some new memories with Jack. Okay, so thank you for caring about Jack. I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God always go with you. Bye.